Alright. Hey y'all, it's Zeus, and this is Let's Play Satisfactory. Welcome back to the Pioneer Orientation and Optimization program. I have something to tell you. We need a base to live in, okay? It's been too long, and I've kind of already got a little started on it. I'm working on it. At the moment, I'm just planning out what it's gonna look like. I don't like that awesome sinks out of there. Let's see. Yeah, we gotta fix that. I'm thinking of pyramids. That's what I was going for. And so you see the top, and it's gonna come down on the side. It's just, I feel like it's gonna be real wide. I don't know. But yeah, this is a pyramid. Now that I'm looking at it from this angle, I'm having second thoughts. Anyway, I want to let y'all know this is the start of our base building episode, or at least this part of the base. I'm gonna make basically, I'm thinking pyramids. I'm gonna add the main center of the base where the hub and see, I don't even like the hub sticking out of there like that. I don't know, because I thought stick it out so that it can fly up and get away, but then it kind of ruins the vibe, right? Anyway, I wanted to bring you in here and let you know that I'm gonna just, like, every now and again I'm gonna cut back in and show you some of the progress, some of my ideas. The main setup for this is that there were going to be 3 levels, basically. This bottom level is going to be for some additional processing. And then, so that's why you see this refinery in here. I wanted to see how much height I needed. Let's see here. I'm getting a encoder overloading thing. I hope that's not bad. All right. This area, see this big grid? That will eventually be the Mark III blueprint maker. I'll have it in here. But now that I'm looking at it, I'm kind of thinking I could lower it down a little bit. But I don't know. And then on the sides here, we got 7 containers that are going to be basically our storage for this base. It's going to be mostly the basic parts, as well as like a sorter for other important things. It's just going to be super wide here. I'm wondering, I'm going to have to rethink this. I'm kind of bummed. I put a ton of work in on the top, and I'm worried I'm about to tear it all down. Ugh. All right, let's go to the top level. Top level is going to have some of the, the super important stuff. We got a hub. We got the MAM. I like this hub here because I was like, you just put some rails here, right? And then you got like a sweet view, right? Look at this. And then with the hub here, you got this nice, it's just sweet. And then you're able, I don't have to break the immersion, and this thing can fly up and out, no big deal. If I bring it in, I have to move parts so that it can fly up, and it kind of doesn't, I don't know. And then we got a sink up here. I want the sink up here. This sink is going to be sinking every single part that my starter factory generates. So I want it up here because I really like watching the belts go. So I want to see all my factory parts just blah, 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 going right into this. I have a MAM up here. I'm going to have a sorter bin. This is where I basically am going to dump random stuff, and it's going to go through a sorter that determines whether or not it's an important item or not. It either takes it to further processing, to storage, or then it meets up here with this sink belt and just sinks. So yeah, this is the plan so far. And then I'm hypertube. Obviously, I got to get up and down this place. This Mark III blueprint thing is gigantic. This is the grid for it. I'm wondering if I drop this down, I'd be able to lower the whole thing, you know, lower and lower. Yes. And if I lowered the main thing, honestly, that's probably what I'll do. Because the blueprint thing can be in the center and then have the processing around the edge, right? I'll have to rethink this. But either way, I wanted to show you what I'm working on. We're not doing any kind of factory making as far as like automation and whatever. I have definitely stretched the life of this sort of starter setup. So I really want to get something, you know, final down, something that's going to be producing at an efficient rate. What I'll do is I want this main central pyramid, and then all around the edge of the central pyramid are going to be other pyramids that contain production lines for certain things. The hardest thing that's going to happen with this whole base is, or as far as like the resources, is we're going to want to make some steel products, and you know, all the coal is like is way far away. So yeah, I don't know. I'm playing with it. We'll see. I'm not stressing out too much. It's just going to be something I have to feel out. I'm getting the urge to use the I could definitely use the blueprint machine to help make the sides. I might be working on that a little bit too. But yeah, this is it. I wanted to show you now. I'll bring you back in as I, you know, work through some of the kinks and I get more progress done on it. And this whole episode is just going to be the creation of this specific pyramid, and then we'll focus on other lines later. All right, that's it. See you in a bit. All right, folks, I'm coming back with you. I finished the outer frame of this. I kind of like the way it looks. There's a little bit of repetition here. I'm thinking about making this gold, but this is the entrance. In fact, eventually I want to have a train coming in here. This is the bottom floor. On this floor, I'm going to have the manufacturer, or not the blueprint maker, sorry. And I'm going to have, like, sort of some miscellaneous production for things like, you know, liquid biofuel. I want to have, maybe, I don't know, maybe some simple stuff for, like, rebar and power shards for slugs, and a way to process the alien remains. But I think it looks pretty cool. Yeah, I'm a big fan. We can always, I'm gonna alternate something here, like where I put like something like maybe I don't know. I'm figuring it out. I'm figuring it out as I go. Like I said, the big blueprint maker is going to be in the middle here. Obviously, I have concreted over my factory. It's still here. I still obviously need these parts. So they're down here still. I don't want to turn it off yet until I have a replacement factory up and running, because I will obviously still need these parts. Let me try to get back up here. But yeah, this is the bottom floor. Let me show you. I've done a lot more work on the upper floors. I will eventually have a better setup for the hypertube. But this is what it is so far. Boom. Up at the top. This is where our storage is going to be. I'm gonna on the back. We have smart splitters that are gonna sort out these items. All of this is gonna be basic steel stuff, and I'm sorry, basic steel. This is basic iron. We got some concrete. We have basic copper, basic steel, and we're gonna try to make a single modular frame a minute in this base factory, so we'll see. Power shards are going to come in here. Liquid biofuel. This is going to be ammo. So it like rebar and rifle ammo and Nobilis are going to go in here. And then this is going to be stuff like pale berries, barrel nuts, and bacon agaric. And then this is going to be a sort of a catch basin for any equipment that I might accidentally drop in there. Basically, anything I don't want to get synced on accident, I'm going to put here. And then what this will do is once it's sorted through this whole thing, speaking of which, these are smart splitters. I haven't had a chance to show you all these. Basically, it's a splitter that's better. You can decide what goes through each port of the split. And, you know, there's 3 outputs for a splitter. And so you can designate that nothing goes through this port. You can say that anything that I didn't define over in the other 2 slots gets through there, overflow, and then you can pick items to go through here. So this is extremely cool, very handy. In this particular situation, right? There's an additional splitter that's better than this. It's a programmable splitter, and you can basically sort out multiple items. And I can't do that yet. So let me pick one that's a little bit more straightforward. The motors. So this motor, it goes in, and then if it's a motor, it goes into the right output, which outputs here and into this motor storage. And then if it's anything that's not a motor, it can't go through here. And then if the splitter basically gets full, anything that gets full outputs here. So if I have a motor and this thing is full and it's backed up on the belt, it'll flow through this as well and continue on. So it's basically a nice overflow protection, obviously. So we're gonna but these parts over here, right here, these 3 bins are going to require a programmable splitter, which basically designates multiple items that can go through on one side. So that definitely needs to be worked on. That's really all that's going to be on this floor. Let's go up to the top floor. This is where some of our important structures are at. We are, at the moment, we don't have our power set up just yet. This is the way I kind of want it to be. This is going to be a dump bin, basically a bin where I could just like throw a bunch of random stuff in here and it gets put through a processing stage. So this actually doesn't go straight to that sync line I was showing, or the sort line. It's actually going to go straight down to the bottom floor where I want to do some processing. For example, if I put a slug in here, I want that slug to go down to a constructor at the bottom floor, turn into a power shard, and then get put back into, and then get put into storage. That's what I want. So I want to have, so I'm going to set up some processing on the bottom floor to accommodate that. Similarly, there's things like if I have hog remains, I want to put that, you know, I don't want to have to deal with sorting that myself. So I want to shove it in this box, and then I want it to go down to the processing floor, turn into a protein, and then turn into a DNA capsule, and then go to the sink. You know, I want that to happen automatically. So this is what this bin's for. I also want to be able to put, say, like, I have too much concrete, dump some concrete in here, and just have it go and get sunk. Or I think this will technically go through storage as well. So any concrete, if the storage is backed up, it's just going to get sunk. And so, yeah, like for example, I might not want to sync AI limiters, so I could always put that back bin to sort them out. But I don't really know. I'm still trying to work out the kinks. We're working through it, but that's what this bin's going to be for. I had this in my first Let's Play. It was awesome. It's way better than having to go through little crates all over the place, right? We're gonna have we have an equipment workshop here. We got our sink. I'm telling you, I love seeing the items go through that my factory produces. So I'm putting this here, and I can walk over it. It doesn't impede my movement. In fact, I can, if I get bored, I can just do this. But all the parts from my factory will come through here and be sent here. Oh yeah, this one doesn't have power. We have a MAM over here. I did do one piece of technology. I don't like doing these without y'all, but I did this one. It's the smart splitter. If I manage to get these items, I'm pretty close on both of these items. I'm going to unlock the programmable splitter as well. But I got to get them for my doggos, so because I definitely don't have those available now. But yeah, this is the MAM. Obviously, we're going to have a store here. I bought a ton of stuff. I still have some stuff locked, which like I need those signs for this, and I have lights up here. Whenever it gets nighttime, this will turn on. Well, off, on. Light is on standby. Why is it on standby? Is it not working? There we go. And it's supposed to have a special color. Is it? There we go. Yeah, so this is going to be the color at night. During the daytime, I like how much light I get in from all these like openings, so I don't have to worry about that. Also, check out the view. Pretty cool, right? I mean, this is a pretty good. I like the height I got on this pyramid. It took a while to figure it out. Obviously, we got the hub here. Nothing crazy. Oh, you are also seeing the color. It's brown. This is the way, this is my color scheme. I love brown. So we're going to use brown. It looks a little bit orange or red. So it's a little, I don't know. I might look back and see if I can't figure out what color I used in my last Let's Play, because that was kind of the color I'm going for. But yeah, this is the top floor. We still have a lot of work. This top floor is pretty polished. I kind of want to play around with, I was thinking of doing something. I mean, I can do this live real quick. Let's jump down here. I need to go, man, now that I put this giant pyramid on everything, it makes it super hard to get around. How many tickets do I got? 6. That might be enough. Let's see. Oh, that's right. I don't have my... Yeah, I'm going to have to go back up to the top. I need to just power the sink up there. That's what I got to do. I want to try one of these new sort of like customizer options. I'm thinking gold would look really cool on these central lines going up the pyramid. Oh, yeah, that looks way better at night. I might change this color, though. I don't know. Let's see if I have enough for the customizer. Ooh, yeah, see, I can't do the Caterium. That's what I was kind of hoping for. Man, how much do I have? 6? But yeah, I'm thinking about maybe doing that Caterium finish on these, like, central lines. On these central lines here that go up on just that. And on all sides, and then at the top. So, yeah. Honestly, this thing is enormous. The other pyramids will not be this big. We do not need that much space for them. This is kind of unique in that we're basically building a building that has to fit this Mark III blueprint thing in it. We also are going to have a refinery in here because we want to process our biofuel automatically. Basically, I'm going to make a setup similar to our biofuel setup before, where the any leaves or wood or biomass or biofuel all get put through a specific processing pattern until they get turned into liquid biofuel. So on top of that, we need to have a container, empty canister maker down here. Luckily, there's an alternate recipe, so I might go hunting for that. Otherwise, I have to put plastic in, and I don't really want to have to do that. But I don't know. We'll see. It's a work in progress. I'm sort of planning it as I go, but I'm excited. Things look great. So, yeah. I'll bring you back in when it's a lot more done. Unfortunately, I feel like I'm gonna have to get rid of this stuff. I don't really know what play is. Because I don't want to destroy it. Maybe, maybe I get some of the processing done. Oh, that's another thing. I don't think I mentioned it to you. So this is the entrance, and I want a train. I'm going to have a train track going up here. It's going to, I think, curve around and go around and then back out. So I'm going to have a train in here. Because I want to be able to bring a train to my base. Other than that, yeah, we're still working. It's gonna be awesome. Thanks for watching. I'll still I think there's probably still gonna be one more cut where I show you a much more finalized version of this, and maybe I'll tear down some of this junk. We'll see. But that's it. All right, guys. I think we're nearly done. It's obviously not perfectly done. We got like a weird power pole here and stuff like that, but we're mostly done. And after this point, I'm gonna get started on some of our production pyramids and other things, so I can start cleaning up the bottom of the base. But I want to show you what we got so far. I have set up the bin. This bin is made so that I can dump a bunch of random junk in there, and it should go where it needs to go. And so let's, in fact, I should just do this like I would. Let me go. Sorry, I got some in my throat. Let's go down to the second floor. Obviously, the bin, not much has changed for the bins. They are all the same, but what has mostly changed is, I added a little window here so we can see what's about to go through our processing / sorting. And it comes through here. And as you'll see, we've added a bunch of buildings. And some of these have red lights. There's a reason for that. The first thing we're doing in this structure of constructors is we are splitting off any biomass for biomass production. So these three pull off leaves, wood, and biomass, and this pulls off biofuel. And so what happens then is these funnel, I have a little bit of a buffer container because these process a little bit faster. I don't want these overflowing and getting wasted. That's the main thing. We have a constructor here making biomass from leaves, a constructor here making biomass from wood, and then these, their outputs of biomass get recycled into the process because this is where the biomass comes out, and they both go into these industrial storage bins where this makes biofuel, right? Get it, got it, good. So also, let's see. I see. So this goes biomass, biofuel, and then this sinks the biofuel, and together they go into this sort of and by the way, every factory needs to have one of these, a sort of logistics floor where we sort of like hidden from the eye, we are bringing the biomass to this refinery. This refinery accepts solid biofuel and turns it into liquid biofuel. The only thing we had to do was get some water, and I'll show you. This is a little bit haphazard at the moment. Once things get a little bit more organized, it'll look more normal. But it goes out there to that water right there and grabs some water. And then it meets up here to make a liquid biofuel. This is truly the most energy efficient form of biofuel. That being said, we don't have a ton of stuff we can do with it. All we can really do is turn it into, well, I'll show you what we're doing with it. So this takes the biofuel off, and this is gonna, okay, so this takes copper sheets and iron plates. And now I'm gonna remind you, this line that comes into this sequence of splitters comes from the top level, where I'll only be emptying out my inventory. So none of the factory products will come here. I did that very much on purpose because I want everything that's from the top level and from the bottom level to cycle through the storage area after it's been processed. So I don't mind if this doesn't get too much, but we got iron plates and we got copper sheets. They stockpile a little bit and they go to this machine. Now you'll notice I don't have a recipe selected. There is an alternative recipe for empty canisters that is for copper sheets and iron plates. And since I'm going to be making those at this factory, it makes sense that I should be able to get some empty canisters from there, because the one thing you can do with this liquid biofuel is to package it. So when this shoots out empty canisters, it links up, I believe, no, this makes the biofuel. Biofuel comes through here. It gets stored up in this buffer if we need it. I think this is, oh yeah, so while these two splitters do copper sheets and iron plates, this splitter will do empty canisters. So I can just dump empty canisters into the system if I want to make sure I have enough. But if this works, then I can just do that with sheets and plates, which I'll have ample of. So anyway, both of those, they get conveyed under, well, the canisters get conveyed under this platform. Actually, I don't like that there. Okay. And the biofuel goes into this packager where we can finally have something useful. And this is super nice because if you read it, package for alternative transport can be used for fuel for vehicles and jetpacks. So I can use this fuel for jetpacks if I wanted to. Not to mention if I need to fuel some vehicles that I'm going to be driving around. It's handy to have around, so I like to make it. And that right there is the first I'd call segment of this sort of secondary production. This is stuff that's never going to be running at 100%. This is stuff that's going to come in as I come out, as I just dump stuff from my inventory, you know? The idea is that if I go out on an adventure, or I go out from a project and I come back to the factory, I want a place I could just dump a bunch of these extra things that I got in my inventory so that they'll properly go where they need to go. Like, for example, I don't want to just sink leaves and wood when they can be used for biofuel. So instead of just making a bin that goes directly to a sink, I need to have some sort of processing step in between. This next is the least done, and honestly, I don't know how much I'm tempted to not keep this, some of this at least. We have black powder, sulfur, and coal. I don't think I'll ever end up with sulfur and coal for this. I just don't think I'm ever getting coal and sulfur. I'm just saying. This takes black powder and steel pipes to make Nobilisk. So this will be kind of handy. If I have black powder or steel pipe. I'll definitely have some steel pipes. But I don't know how often I'll have black powder in my inventory. This one hasn't been selected either because this will eventually be rifle ammo. Let me make sure this recipe, yeah, none, any, good. There is an alternative I think it's just a recipe for rifle ammo is smokeless powder and copper sheets. So hopefully we'll just get a little trickle of rifle ammo every now and again. Though I don't think I'm going to get a lot of smokeless powder. This one's a little bit more important. It'll pick up rods. In fact, I'm going to dump a couple in there now. It's going to pick up rods, and yeah, it'll start processing these rods and making iron rebar. And yeah, all this stuff gets synced off this line and then merged back into this line. And then the conveyor belt goes this way. So as you can see, that second part is like ammunition slash, hostility, diplomatic relations material. And then we come over to this side. This side has two specific sections. We got the alien protein production. So stingers, hatchers, hogs, and spitters. And all their protein gets merged back onto the line. It's split off here. And then it's split off here. Alien protein goes into this to make alien DNA capsules. It comes back on the line and then goes through the process again. These are power slugs. Anytime I put a power slug in that bin up there, it makes its way down here and I'll get a power shard automatically. And I don't have to think about it. And so there's blue, yellow, and purple. And then I take this belt and we go up this way. Obviously, I put this here. This is just because I'm conveying, I'm using a lift in the middle of this column, right? I like that because it makes it cleaner. And there's not an easy way to do that that makes more sense than this. So I put a little thing here to make it look a little bit more normal. I do the same things over here. Right there, you know? So it makes it look kind of normal. Like it's not just like going directly into some random chunk of concrete. And then obviously the belt comes up here. I do have to, like I said, I'm going to polish this area up. We're going to be in and out of this area a ton as we make the other pyramids. So I'm not too stressed out about how finalized this is. But that comes up through here. It actually goes through, I think, this concrete. Is it this? Yeah. So it comes through these belts through the concrete. And then it goes all the way around. In fact, while I'm up here, I'm now realizing that I don't have a programmable splitter. No, we want, is it this one? Power shards. What's I gotta see the front. Let's see. Whatever the one is, the ammo needs to change. So this needs to change. I'm going to just do rebar for now. That way, that rebar I just made will actually have a place to go. This was there. Yeah. Like I said, I'm still waiting on the programmable splitter. Because that's going to help with, first off, this last bin, as well as this bin and this bin. Everything else, so like I said, I wanted the processing to be done first before the line comes here, because I want to store the power shards and the liquid biofuel here, as well as any ammo and stuff I get. Yeah, and that right here is where I stopped, but all that needs to be done at this point is I'm going to convey this up to, as you can see, I got little arrows on these so I can see which way to go. I'm going to convey that line up to here and we'll just sink it. No big deal. That's really it for what the main base is going to be. My next task is going to be setting up production for, I'm basically gonna build a pyramid for all the production I have, and there's a little bit of a, let me double check. I got a spreadsheet for my starter base. Yeah, I need a lot of shards, so probably between now and when you see me next, I will have probably gone slug hunting, doggo hunting. I'll be like constantly on the lookout for slugs. And yeah, I'm thinking about getting through some of the MAM stuff. I just don't want to do that without you. But yeah, we got basically, I think I got 9 pyramids that I'm planning on making. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to clean up this mess. I didn't realize how much of a mess it was until I started actually making it look half decent. So yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm excited. Things are looking great. I'll give y'all a little bit of a sneak peek too. I'm not, this is probably the last episode I'll do in that 3-day batch of episodes that I've been doing. I think this is day 4. of me having a ton of free time to play and talk to y'all through the game. And my wife and kids are going to be home soon, which is awesome. I very much miss them. I can't wait to see them. But you'll also probably, I'm not going to have a ton of time to sit and chat. So so I'll probably, I don't know how far along in the episodes I'll be. I don't even know what episode I'm on right now. I've just been recording nonstop. I've been playing this game so long, guys. Let's see. Hold on. I'm going to save episode. Yeah, I don't know if that's episode 13. We've been playing 32 hours. I've literally started playing this Thursday evening, and that was like 30 minutes. And then really 32 hours, that's just been 3 days. I've been crushing it on this game recently. So that's going to slow down a bit because this was a bit of an abnormal weekend. So, but I'm very much looking forward to the future. I'm super excited about getting our base done. I really want to get through some more progression and stuff with y'all, but I don't really want to do that until I get my starter base done. So we'll tackle that stuff later. That's all I got. Thank you for joining me with the Pioneer Orientation and Optimization program. I look forward to seeing you on the next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you, subscribe.